this countdown sucks. If only I had a better one. Oh, wait! I do! All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard for this edition of the Brothers Hack the Matrix. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. The brothers are myself, JoesAtmosfere and Hylunder. There can be only one.
There can be only one.
What is up, homeboy?
I don't know what's going on. My I don't know what triggers that video graphic, that that laser show that goes on.
If only
crazy,
there was
man.
a way that we could search and find out what causes that.
Crazy.
Check
man.
out Google, bro. Google is your friend.
If anybody in the chat has any clue on how that happens, please let us know. Because
Yeah,
I'm an idiot.
he's got a
and I
Mac
don't even know.
computer. So just know you're talking about Apple
Wiggity, wiggity,
software.
wiggity, Mac.
The wiggity, wiggity, wiggity Mac. That's it.
Yeah, bro.
Boys and girls want to know what you're sporting tonight there, Big Daddy. What do you got?
I have busted out the cobwebs and restrung this sucker. This is the Blackie, man. This is a V100. It's got the twin P90s in. This is a heavy joker right here. This thing rocks like nobody's business, dude. Had to fix the old intonation on it. Had to drop the action on it a little bit, but this thing rocks, dude. It's beautiful.
Is that the
guitar.
one that you were using when you sent me your music earlier today?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely
that was
not.
a Charvel. That's back there somewhere.
Yeah.
No, this right here is a big warm sound, like Bad Company kind of sound, that crunchy old
I hear
school,
you.
big
The
warm
old
sound.
school.
That I dig.
What
Yeah,
are you
man.
sporting tonight for beverage, sir? I have the virus of unknown origin.
Death Wish coffee, dude. Gotta
Death
go to
Wish
work
coffee.
tomorrow.
That's where it's at, bro.
Pink.
Yes.
Cheers. Welcome to everybody in the chat. Everybody's showing up for the show. Really appreciate that. Like and subscribe, bitches.
Well, you know who the first guy in was tonight, man. You know who it was.
What's that guy's name?
I can't remember his name. I'm pretty sure we'll find out soon, though.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim?
Yes, Tim. That would be
Perhaps?
him. That would
Perhaps
be Tim.
Tim.
Yes. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. And we also have Real Wade Nation in the house. Das Wolfen is here. And my good friend from south of the border, Martin Acosta Santana. One of the greatest producers. This is the guy that taught me how to produce. There you go. So when you get mad at me, remember, you're also getting mad at Martin Acosta.
No. You will not share that with anybody. You owns the mistake, owns the dead air.
I own the dead air.
Yes, that's it. Wow, dude. Okay,
here,
Satan just arrived.
Oh my God. No, what just arrived was the boss is getting in my ear, dude.
Yo.
Yo.
He said it's time to get started with the top of the heap, bro.
Man.
You know,
look at that score, 18-4, bro. Woo. That's what's up.
Well, this isn't a sports section, though, guys. You know, when we talk about top of the heap, we're talking about the top of the news blotter. And you know what we start with every time? We got to remind you that we've got people giving their lives around the planet, okay?
Eject! Fire on the flight deck. This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
My man, Fred Thompson. I miss him, dude.
Yep.
Fred Thompson was, you know, he wasn't really an actor. He was in politics. I think he was a representative from, I think it was Tennessee,
maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he was of all, man. Yeah, for sure.
Unmistakable though, that accent and that his look, but his accent, when you heard him, even
he's in some of the
voiceover, you could hear him.
He is in some of the most iconic movies you'll ever see. Of course, that's from my favorite movie with him in it, Hunt for Red October. But he's in Die Hard 2. He's the guy that runs the airport in that movie. He was on Law and Order for a few years. He was McCoy's boss on that show. He was the district attorney on that show.
Remember, he played the president of NASCAR in Days of Thunder.
That's right. He was. Pulled them both in and said, "Get your shit together." Right?
Pull your cars apart. Yeah,
we're gonna put you in for inspection.
Yep.
Might let him go next year. You know what I'm saying? So get your shit together, right? Awesome. I miss that guy.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. But anyway, first thing we got to talk about, as usual, is the war in the Ukraine. What we know on, let's see, what they usually tell me what day. Did they stop doing that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, here it is. What we know on day 746.
Yeah, dude.
More than 2 years. 87-year-old, let's see, Ukraine war briefing. Pope urges Ukraine to have courage for white flag and negotiate end of war. The 87-year-old pontiff said parties should have the courage to negotiate and do so before things get worse. And yeah, man.
I don't know how they can get worse unless somebody starts using nukes, man. But I read a report today along the lines of war and extended war, and this is for, you know, and a lot of countries are doing this. They're conducting tests on psychedelics on soldiers to try to combat post-traumatic stress.
Yeah, you know what? That's not out of the realm. Now that I heard the whole thing you were going to say, when you said psychedelics, I was kind of iffy there, and then all of a sudden, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's up, Wes? Good to see you, man. Really glad to see you watching our political show because I love your political talk, bro. But yeah, that's not out of the realm because they've actually been doctors have been trying it with addiction as well. They're trying a lot of stuff.
They're actually getting pretty good results, and you know, several countries are doing this. You know, it's just try to ease their mind, and sometimes they're using, like in Ukraine, they're using it, and then they're sending them back to the front lines because they're in a better state of mind. They send them back to the front line.
What? Oh wow,
yeah, dude.
Oh wow, I don't know if that's cool, dude. don't know if that's cool, but
I was interested to see if David was in the chat today, see if he had an opinion on that. But I
yeah,
don't know.
but he's not in. We just sent him to see Dune last night. He enjoyed the hell out of it, man. But anyway, yeah. So we want to keep our eyes on this, and Mr. Biden actually said something the other day. He said he's determined not to deploy U.S. troops to Ukraine. As a Chinese delegation meets in Kiev, and this was on the 8th.
He's determined. So he's laying the groundwork for sending.
This was in the State of the Union address. He said this, and we're going to talk a lot about the State of the Union. But
where they tell their biggest lies.
He better be determined not to deploy U.S. troops to the Ukraine. He needs to stop sending them money. That's what he needs to do. But we've talked about that several times. I mean, we can be using this stuff better at home, no doubt about it. But
yep, no doubt about it. We got people right here that need.
It's kind of funny. My daughter got a hold of me, Dan, shortly after Super Tuesday when the field was cut down, and we'll talk about that.
Superior Tuesday.
Yeah, Superior Tuesday, and she was, she was laying out why we needed to vote for Biden. You know how, our generation.
She's got her opinion.
Yeah, she's got her opinion, and I don't poo-poo her for that. But she was talking about. But she said we did agree on one thing: we don't need to be sending money to Israel or friggin' Ukraine. We don't need to be sending our money out of the country. So I mean, it's ridiculous. We'll get into it with the State of the Union though. The next one I want to talk about, we've got another skirmish going on, and this is over here in yikes, whatever Cass says. This is over the Houthi. Let's see, 3 killed in Houthi missile attack on cargo ship in the Gulf of Aden. 3 crew members have been killed in that attack on a cargo ship off southern Yemen. Its owners and the U.S. say the first deaths caused by the group's attacks on merchant vessels. This thing, you know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of escalation.
Oh, it's escalating. That's escalation right there.
I know. It is.
Somebody's going to want retribution for that shit,
Mm-hmm.
These people die. Families, the families of these people that lose their life, maybe they have a voice, maybe they don't, So this is a political chip. This is a chip that somebody's going to use to escalate.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
If you got killed in a war zone, I'd want somebody's fucking head, right?
Yeah, for sure. And it'd be the same way the other way around. And we got examples of that coming up, let me tell you. Super Tuesday, 2024 results.
Superior Tuesday.
Show Biden and Trump racking up wins in nearly all contests. Well, of course, nobody's running against Biden as far as I can tell. But the result of this, Nikki Haley ends her White House bid, clearing the path for Trump-Biden rematch. So, boys and girls, guess what we got to look forward to? It's Grumpy Old Men Part 2. Yes, here we go. Grumpy Old Men Part 2.
Yes.
I know you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's how that debate's going to go when I get them live on national TV. Huh? What? Huh?
Huh?
What?
Huh? Huh? What?
Huh?
Hey,
Exactly.
Clay. Good to see you. Superior Tuesday, Danny says. Let's get traction with the new labeling. But yeah, Nikki Haley dropped out of the race, clearing the path for Donald Trump. I really wish we'd get some youth going in the political sphere, but you know what? The youth don't want to do this.
No, I don't know.
Anybody that has any brains don't want to do it, man.
I don't know about that. And we were talking pre-show, and my view is this. I'm sure that we have just, passionate patriots that love this country, love the populace, and have great ideas on how to right the ship, but they do not have the machine behind them, and you will not hear their voices.
Mm-mm.
Biden and Trump have the machine, and this is what we get.
Yep. And the one I was behind last time around was in 2020 was Tulsi Gabbard, but I mean, the machine. When you're talking the machine, we're talking about corporate money, folks, and she wouldn't take it, and she had to close up shop. I mean, she just couldn't compete. Money is still driving the elections. I'm a big proponent of election reform. I think the way these things are funded needs to be worked on, and until they do that, you're right. We're gonna keep getting the same guys every time. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Over and over and over.
All right. So next up, we've got U.S. reportedly airlifts embassy staff out of Haiti as gangs besiege political area. The officials say Marines deployed for nighttime evacuations, amid fighting in Port-au-Prince. Now, the fighting that's going on is there's gangs attacking the police stations there, and there's people flooding their government buildings, saying we're taxpayer citizens and we're trying to get away from this madness.
Yeah.
It's getting to be a bad situation down there.
I don't know why it takes us so long to get our freaking people out of these zones.
Yeah.
When shit goes sideways, let's just get them out.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's nuts. Let's see. Martin says Trump should bring Tulsi as VP. Oh, dude, there's nothing I'd love more. You know that. That's for sure. But anyway, back to the State of the Union. Biden says, I believe in America. Fired up Biden uses uses State of the Union to skewer GOP, his predecessor. That's what he was calling Donald Trump during the whole thing. And he was very angry sounding the whole time. And several things happened during this thing. First of all, he announced that the U.S. military mission would build a pier off of the Gaza coast for aid to the Gaza Strip. So he's getting more involved in what's going on over there. I don't know how that's going to sit with the Israelis that he's sending money to. Sounds like he's sending money to both sides of the fence.
Oh, they have discussions before he goes live. Hey, I'm going to say this on there to whip up public opinion, bro. Don't take it personal, man. We're in it together.
Yeah.
Please.
But then
the biggest lies they tell us when they get up in front of the freaking.
What's that? I'm sorry, you broke up.
I said the biggest lies they tell is when they get up in front of TV cameras.
Yeah, no doubt. Next up, this one a lot of people are talking about. It's a video thing. It says, watch President Biden's reaction to being interrupted by Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was wearing a shirt that said, say her name, talking about Laken Riley, the student that was killed by an illegal alien. Yeah. And she actually got him, the Democratic talking point is always call them undocumented immigrants. And he called him called the guy that killed Laken Riley an illegal. And then he ended up talking it back later on. And I've got an article on that later on during earthquakes. But another thing that happened, this one really blew my mind right here. Father of Marine killed in Afghanistan, arrested after heckling Biden at the State of the Union. Now, I've got no problem with, it's the State of the Union. The guy shouldn't be doing this during that, but to have him arrested for this, I don't think that puts a good face on it. They say they charged him with misdemeanor for crowding, obstructing, or incommoding. I don't even know what incommoding
Joe John, you know why he's doing that at the State of the Union, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody's fucking listening to us. Nobody's listening.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, fuck it, man. Just do it. Because they're not listening anyway. Yeah.
I know why he's doing it there.
I don't give a goddamn. If they listened, then he wouldn't be up there yelling at the State of the Union. Fuck them. They live in this country just like we do. They're born and they're going to die just like we are. Mm-hmm. I don't know when they thought they're better than us.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit. And it's bullshit that he's got to get up there and start yelling like that, embarrassing himself. It shouldn't come to that. But that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening.
Bad. And it's going to get crazier. It's going to get crazier because look, these two guys are so long in the tooth, who's to say either one of them's going to make it to friggin' November? You know what I mean? I'm kind of wondering what their backup plans are for each party and so forth. Yeah, it's a bad scrape. Another thing that this is the last one on top of the heap too. What I thought was funny was this right here. Zelensky's wife and Navalny's widow declined Biden's State of the Union invites. Now how much money have we sent to the Ukraine so far? Billions upon billions we've sent there, and Zelensky's wife didn't want to come, and I know exactly why Navalny's widow didn't want to come. That's the guy that that died in the Russian Gulag not too long ago. That was the opposition leader against Putin, against Putin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's not a good sign when members of foreign governments and stuff like that, representatives of foreign governments and things, don't want to come to your State of the Union on an invite. That doesn't sound.
Well, they
good.
may have security concerns, you know. I mean, hey, you don't know what's going on there, but they're countries at war. How would that look publicly if they're over in the United States hanging out the frickin' State of the Union, and they've got, everybody fighting for their life over there? I would have a problem with that if I was Ukraine. Oh, you're fucking going off to have a vacation in Washington while we're over here fighting for this country? Mm-hmm. I think they need to stay in the home front until that thing is settled.
Yeah. Well, we're going to continue to hear from Putin. No doubt.
Absolutely.
Got my dillies on the pepper tank.
He
know what's up.
Is, hey, until somebody wipes this guy out, this thing is going to continue. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. Mm-hmm. Somebody's making money on it. Arms.
How long were they in Afghanistan? I think it was 8 years. I think they were. Yeah, they were there a long time. Absolutely. Okay, look, boss, I get it. You want the next segment. You don't have to yell at me about it.
Yo.
Oh. Jock strap, okay?
All right, enough of that. We're going to get to the jock strap, damn it.
Jock strap, bro.
That's right.
Finely tuned athletes, bro.
That's right. This week, we don't have many under the jock strap, but they're interesting ones. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all.
Absolutely.
Let's see what we got. Number one coming up here. We got, if I can get the ads to stop popping up, that would be nice.
Ads are awesome.
Caleb Williams drops on NFL draft board over attitude concerns. What?
We talked about him last week, foregoing the
draft, or excuse me, the combine, right? You broke up there, buddy.
Yeah. The guy that wrote this article said it appears that he just went out there for the free trip and the free swag that he got and the eats, because he didn't do anything while he was out there. Problem with this guy apparently, and the guy that wrote this.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up, Dan. He talked about it to me pregame, and he was telling me that this guy is he's got a bunch of yes men in his corner, and it's inhibiting his growth. Is that right, Dan?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's probably had yes people around him since high school, but the guy that wrote the article is an ex-ball player, and he knows a bit about it. And he says this guy's got a real attitude problem, and he's got a lot of people around him that's reinforcing that attitude. So apparently his stock is because the NFL is really looking at character supposedly these days, and he's not doing too well. So we'll see what happens. The consensus seems to be that Jaden Daniels' star is on the rise, and we'll see how it goes. But
we'll see what happens. We're gonna have if you want to do it with us, it's kind of late at night for you on a Thursday, but we're gonna be doing the first round of the draft live. So
yeah.
I highly recommend taking the next day off and hanging out with us, bro. That's what I recommend. But anyway,
I've got your schedule on other things, bro.
I know, man. I know what's up. Also, this week, Broncos announced they will release quarterback Russell Wilson. Now, if you don't know what's going on in this story, of course, this is the time of the year where they make a lot of cuts getting ready before the draft to try and get underneath the salary cap so they can start making these rookie deals and whatnot. And Russ has not done too well for the 2 years he's been, but they signed him to a monster deal that is going to be worth a lot of money. As a matter of fact, I believe the number is $37 million that the Broncos will be paying him this year, even if he decides to sit at home and eat Doritos. That's what they're going to be paying him regardless. So there's going to be several teams.
He could do well in a first offense. He could do well.
Yeah, he could do well
run
in
first.
several offenses. He has visited.
But it's got to be run first, tailored to his skill set.
Yep, absolutely. He's got visits already done to the New York Giants, to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I believe he's supposed to be going down to Atlanta to see them. So, yeah, there's going to be several teams more than willing to spend $1.2 million. That's how much the league minimum is for a veteran, is $1.2 million. There's going to be plenty of teams that will be just fine with paying him that and letting the Broncos pay him $37 million. So yeah, it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see where he goes.
Yeah.
Let's see. Das Wolfen says O.J. Simpson had a better outcome with the Broncos than Russell Wilson. God, man. Oh, man, that's wrong, brother. Okay, let's see. Also, well, since Das Wolfen is here, let's talk about those world champions. Yeah, they made the news this week the way they didn't want to. Jackson Mahomes, brother of quarterbacks, the Chiefs quarterback, sentenced to probation. What did he get arrested for, Dan?
Well, he got probation for what was it? Assault and battery. This guy right here, man.
He's off the chain.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be a black eye for that organization and the Mahomes family. I don't know what this guy does for a living other than being, what do they call him, an influencer or something like that. This guy's freaking, well.
I hate to say this, but I'm an influencer, Dan.
Well, that guy right there is an idiot for real. Like the first order, that guy.
Here's the world's biggest Chief fan agreeing, says he's a scumbag.
Mahomes needs to, his brother's got enough money to hire some people just to lock this guy down and just throw away the key, because this guy's just a total embarrassment. Yeah. He has since his brother came in the league. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's elite, no doubt.
E-Clay said it, bro. He said it, bro.
Full retard all the time.
He said it, bro. I can't believe he said it.
Never go full retard.
All the time. My goodness.
But anyway, John says he leeches off his brother. That is what he does. Yeah, he's not an influencer. I don't know what he's influencing. Okay, next up, Jake Paul will fight Mike Tyson at the 80,000-seat AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. I've been there, and so have you. Wow. Unbelievable that Mike Tyson, at the age of 57 years old, is going to get in the ring with this guy, Jake Paul, he's not the greatest boxer in the world, but he's not a slouch either. He's a pretty good athlete for his age.
Look, the guy's very smart. He's made himself a niche of making a lot of money fighting just total, people are way past their prime.
Yeah.
And Mike is going to be the same thing, 57 years old. If Mike knocked him out in the first, second round, then Paul will win that fight because he just will have enough gas to outlast the old guy. Well,
apparently Oscar De La Hoya urges Jake Paul to take boxing Mike Tyson seriously. Apparently De La Hoya thinks he can still knock him out early in the fight, which I agree with that. I mean, I don't know if you've watched his workout videos, but I'm sure he doesn't look worth a shit 15 minutes, within a minute after he does those videos, but because the man doesn't have any stamina at 57. You know what I mean? But,
well, he might be in better shape than he was for the Roy Jones fight, because he definitely, the old Tyson, it takes a lot to cut off the ring and corner your opponent, and he didn't show that against Roy Jones, but maybe since then he's, if he stayed in the ring and stayed in training, he may be in better shape this time. Who knows? But Tyson's never been, even in his heyday, he wasn't one that goes deep into fights. If he went deep into fights,
I was a huge fan of his, Dan, and I had one VHS tape with like 5 or 6 of his fights on it. Most of the shit was the before and after stuff leading up to it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, he was dropping people in 60 seconds back in the day. So,
yep.
And if Jake Paul isn't aware of this, he needs to remember that guy. I'm sure he could put together a few haymakers in the first minute of that fight. No doubt about it. Of course, if he doesn't drop him, yeah, it'll be over. So,
well, the thing is, if you watch that Paul guy fight, technically he's not very good defensively. And if Tyson can't cut the ring off, he will knock him out.
Wow. But you know what? It's another case of, well, no, it's not another case of that. I was going to say grumpy old man, but Jake Paul isn't old. Okay.
No.
All right.
He's done very well for himself, beating up on old timers.
Dude, why does he have to yell at me, Dan?
Yo.
Oh.
It's time for the flick, boys and girls. Yeah, it is.
Man, how is he a Jedi getting his hand cut off, dude?
He wasn't a Jedi at the time, Daniel.
Whatever, man.
Training.
He need to go back. Oh, look, get his hand cut off, bro. I mean, come on. Perry or something, bro. Golden diaper. Oh, there it goes again. It sucks.
Well, we know what the big news is out of the flicks, but let's go ahead and take a look at the weekend box office receipts real fast. Let me pull this up. These are the projections for this weekend. Of course, I can't give you solid numbers, but these are the projections for this weekend based on the tickets sold already. We've got Kung Fu Panda coming in at number 1 with 58.3 million. And Dune Part 2 coming in second with 46 million. It's still making pretty good money in its second week. Imaginary, that's a horror movie about a killer teddy bear. It made double digits this week. Yep. Cabrini, 7.5 million, and Bob Marley's One Love rounds out the top 5 with 4 million. So yeah, good to see Kung Fu Panda's doing well. I do like that series. I'm a big Jack Black fan, so I'm cool with that.
I haven't seen any of those movies, but I'm a big Jack Black fan of it. Him and the other cat, I don't know what his name is, and I'm sorry for real for that because that guy is very talented. But yeah,
you talking about Tenacious D?
Yeah, dude.
Them? Yeah, they're great.
Yep.
So we know what the big story is tonight, boys and girls. It's all about the Oscars. Matter of fact, they're going to be starting up the award ceremony a little bit early this year at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So it's starting in about 20 minutes. The 2024 Oscars, will Oppenheimer reign supreme? I'm hoping it does. It's the best movie I saw last year. I hope it does well. But I can tell you the one that spent the most money on the way to the Oscars, and that's this movie Poor Things with Emma Stone in it. It's a reimagining of the Bride of Frankenstein or something like that. It's really
along those lines.
Yeah, it's
riveting.
Here's my man Martin Acosta Santana. F the Oscars. Yeah.
There you go, man. Big old communist fest is all it is, man.
But I just wanted to highlight a couple of them that I'm rooting for. I, of course, am rooting for Cillian Murphy and Oppenheimer to take Best Actor. I like him a lot. I've always liked him. This is actually, other than the horror movie 28 Days, or I think this is really the first one where he was the main actor in it. You know what I mean? He's always played supporting roles.
Peaky Blinders, huge show, man. You should check it out.
That's a television show, but I'm talking about it in the movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, I hear it's good. Let's see, actor in a sporting role. This one right here, I'm pulling for Ryan Gosling in Barbie. I really want to see him win that award, dude. And from what I hear, he's actually going to sing the Ken song tonight on stage. So that ought to be pretty funny. Well, the reason why I say that, Dan, is they had all this talk about Barbie and blah, 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 blah. And after it came out, the only thing people were talking about was Ryan Gosling as Ken, because he stole the fucking show, man. He was awesome. It was hilarious. Let's see who else I'm pulling for here. The actress ones I'm not really concerned with. A lot of people think that Lily Gladstone, being an American Indian for Killers of the Flower Moon, which I haven't seen yet. Have you watched that one yet, Dan?
No.
Well, Scorsese. I know you like Scorsese, so
Yeah,
you know.
that thing is like 8 hours long, right?
Right. Yeah, it's pretty long, Dan. But I almost feel like it's going to be her or Emma Stone for this Poor Things movie. They spent
My
a lot
money's
of money
on
it.
the Native American.
Yeah, that's who I'd say. Supporting actress, though, I'd like to see Emily Blunt do it for Oppenheimer. I thought she was really good in that.
She was good. No
America
doubt.
Ferrera's up for Barbie. Jodie Foster, I think she's gotten enough of this. She's in a movie called Naiad. But I've heard The Holdovers is a really good movie, and Giamatti's up for Best Actor for it. If he doesn't win, they might throw it to this girl just to give The Holdovers an Academy Award there.
Paul Giamatti is a great actor, bro.
He is.
Monster
I just
actor.
don't think this is the year for him. But as far as director, I don't think it'll go to Martin Scorsese. I think this is Nolan's year. I think Oppenheimer's going to take a lot of stuff. I think he's going to get it.
What's up for Best Animated Movie?
Animated? Let me find it real quick, buddy. Just take a second. That's Best Picture. I think I scrolled past it a second ago. Hang on. There it is, animated feature. The one, we were talking about this the other night. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is up, but the first one won for this, I think. And I don't think it'll get it again. I think they're going to give like a Lifetime Achievement Award to this guy right here at the top. His name is Hayao
Miyazaki and
Miyazaki.
Suzuki.
It's Miyazaki that's going to get it because The Boy and the Huron, he's already said is his last movie. And this is a well-known anime director, Dan. So I got a feeling he's going to win it. So also up is Elemental, Namona, and Robot Dreams. So, but Best Picture, I think, like I said, I think this is the year for Oppenheimer. American Fiction, I hear, is good. I haven't seen that one yet. Barbie's up for it. The Holdovers is up for it. Killers of the Flower Moon. Maestro, which is Bradley Cooper's passion project. Poor Things. The Zone of Interest. Past Lives, and Oppenheimer. And I think Oppenheimer's going to walk away with a lot of stuff tonight. So we'll see what happens.
It was a great movie. It's no doubt. I enjoyed it. It's a great story. It's a compelling story. Mm-hmm. And usually those compelling true stories do pretty well.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, you can't go wrong there, man.
Yeah, you can't, man. And he's made a lot of really great movies. And we know the Academy, these are all political guys. It's a lot of times the best stuff doesn't win. Okay.
Communists.
Well, dude, let me tell you, you didn't want to watch the Red Carpet Show. I turned it on for a little bit earlier today, and if I can find it on here, I know I've got it. Where is it, Daniel? Did we delete it? No, we didn't. We couldn't have. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is what was happening to me watching the Red Carpet.
Room's starting to spin real fast. Because of gayness. Room's starting.
I mean, it was bad, dude.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's awesome.
You say that? Yeah, I think he'll win for best animated film. I really do. Okay, so we got a few more here in the flicks. Madonna apparently calls out a concert goer for sitting down during the Los Angeles show, only to see the fan is in a wheelchair.
Whoopsie.
Whoop!
Now she's gonna get brutalized in the meet, and she already is for doing that. But look, a lot of entertainers that perform live like that, they always tell their managers and whoever handlers, make sure you get the front 2 or 3 rows full of people with a lot of energy.
Right.
And those house lights are down. She can't see that.
No.
And she called, "Why are you sitting down? Why are you sitting down?" And she immediately, when she saw what was going on, she immediately apologized.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
she's going to get brutalized for
She's
that,
going to get roasted, no doubt.
Yep.
It's already starting to happen. Also, Danny sends us an article on the comic book front. The new Punisher finally earns the title as Frank Castle's worthy replacement. What's going on here, Dan? We got a new Punisher?
He finally killed somebody. I think I think it was Two-Face, but at the end of the last episode, if you will, he actually killed somebody. To date, he's been known for gadgets and alternate ways of stopping, crime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, he actually killed somebody. So,
if you're going to be the Punisher, you have to have blood on your hands.
The mantle of Frank, Castle, and taking it to that end level. So,
right, yeah. If you're going to be the Punisher, you kind of gotta have blood on your hands, just a little bit. Okay, so
out, dude, he's got no time for negotiations.
Well, we had a couple of untimely deaths this week. Well, I say untimely. One of them really wasn't. Steve Lawrence, singer, entertainer, and half of the popular stage duo of Steve and Edie, died at 88 earlier this week. The one me and my brother remember him from as kids is the Carol Burnett Show. He would show up on there and just tear the house down with Harvey Korman and the boys, No
doubt. Great singer. He made his name, him and his wife, as duet great singers. But I remember him, like you say, from the Carol Burnett Show, and he was hilarious, man. Hilarious. Great talent. He was 88 years old when he passed away. So, yeah. Rest in peace, bro.
And
great career.
Like the headline says, him and his wife Edie were synonymous with music and comedy and just having a good time. And also, this one from the world of anime, Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama dies at 68. Now, this one
is young, right? So,
Dragon Ball Z young. Creator. This guy was young, man. He really was. And
Dragon Ball Z was huge, and I think it's still got a huge following.
It's still got a huge fan base.
Yeah.
And it's a shame to see him go at such an early age, man.
Rest in peace, brother.
It rivals, as far as games and stuff, it rivals Pokemon, which come out about the same time. So, and I think it's been memed more than anything else from the anime sphere is Dragon Ball Z. It really has. So, we toast those two icons on their way out. You will be
Death
missed.
Wish Coffee, by the way, is kick-ass.
What's that?
Death Wish Coffee is kick-ass.
Death Wish Coffee.
Si, senor.
I need endorsement dollars from them fools the way you're pushing it tonight, bro.
Death Wish Coffee, bro. Endorsed by Father Zach Wild, the Black Label
Father Zach Wild. Okay, look. Okay, boss, I know.
Yo.
I know he's pushing product that we don't push, but it's okay. He's my brother.
Yo.
He said it's time for the earthquakes, bro.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Yeah, man. It's time for them socially relevant things that pop off, whether it be on the internet or on TV or whatever.
I mean, look at these things that are crumbling, dude. There's no infrastructure. Where's the rebar in that freaking road, man? Gee whiz.
Yep. Oh, I didn't know he had Alzheimer's. Steve Lawrence apparently had Alzheimer's. So, yeah, apparently. He had a full life. 88. Yeah. That's getting up there. Okay. So the first one we got in earthquakes this week. French lawmakers make abortion a constitutional right.
Si, senor.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yep. They're looking at the ongoing debate that's going on over here, and they made it a constitutional right over there. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm sure that just will add fuel to the fire to the ongoing debate here. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it will. Next one we got this was just bizarre right here, guy. 2 Minnesota Amish children dead. Identical twins charged with swapping places, and case gets complicated. What is this all about, Daniel?
Yeah, so one of the twins was drinking and under the influence of whatever, and rear-ended a Amish horse-drawn carriage, killed 2 people. I think it was two infants, actually, 2 children, and immediately calls the other twin because she's got, I think this is a 3-strike rule for her. So the other twin shows up before the cops show up, and the twin takes the fall for the thing, or tries to anyway. So
wow.
Their logic was to keep the other one out of jail. But that thing is whole turned sideways, and stupid is, stupid does. But that's just crazy to me.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I love you, Joe Jump.
Stupid does, sir.
For sure, bro. I'm not taking a rap for murder.
Yeah, right? I love you to death too, but I don't think I'm hopping in that car, man.
Hey, Joe, can you come over here and take the rap? I just killed 2 people. No.
Clay Simon says this sounds like a movie of the week.
It is. That's crazy, right? Crazy shit.
All right, let's see. What do we got next? Oh, yeah, this idiot. The guy that gave up the secrets on Discord. Jack Texas. I don't even. I don't know. Pleads guilty. Could face longest sentence in unlawful retention case.
Traitor.
I mean, straight up traitor. I don't even know why we're talking about this fool. He's retarded. Wait a minute. What did you say a second ago, Daniel? What did you say?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
There you go.
He's trying to get internet clout on Discord, giving away national security
secrets. This genius right here, and the bigger issue was his commanding officer and the NCOs above him. They had no checks and balances. They had no idea what this guy was doing. How was that? How is that possible?
I don't know how that's possible. All right, let's see. Do we have that one in the other one? I think we do. Hang on a second. Okay, yeah, we're going to drop that one right there. Sorry about that. We had an article in 2 places. All right, sorry about that. No dead air. I am apologizing for a screw up. China says it hopes relations improve no matter who wins the U.S. election. I am personally glad to hear that.
Yes,
I always want to hear goodwill between nations. Always.
Yeah. They're good to see. Be nice to have good relations between us and China, because obviously they're the big guys on the block. So I mean, we to have good relations with them is much better than cold relations, whatever, So that's just better for the world in general.
Absolutely. Tim makes a good point here. See, with France making what they did a right, it only works for them since they are a country, not 50 states. And we're going to get into states' rights here pretty soon. But yeah, you make a good point there, man. They're one country. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, let's see what the next one is here. Denver put on notice by nearby Aurora over transporting migrants to community. Not a sanctuary city.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so this is what city now? Aurora, Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell them, say, hey, look, you want to be a sanctuary city? That's fine, but do not send those people over here. We're not spending taxpayer dollars on this issue.
Right.
We are not a sanctuary. We do not believe in that. So if you want to do that, that's on you. And your taxpayers want to do that. They want to support.
Uh-oh. He gets some hot Wi-Fi issues again, folks. But yeah, Aurora is putting her foot down and saying, "Don't send that stuff our way."
That's right. That's right.
And which they should. I mean, you want to be a sanctuary city there, Boulder? Fine, but don't send it our way.
Yeah.
We don't need that. What did they say? I think it was like 1/3 300,000 plus that they were sending there. That's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
Yep. Especially with places like New York having the problems they're having, and they are a sanctuary city, and they're saying enough's enough too.
Sanctuary shitty. You said it right. Sanctuary shitty.
Right?
Yeah. You said it right.
All right, let's see. Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Sea cruise ship rescues 14 people adrift in the sea. Can
See
you
there?
believe this, dude?
You there? Yeah.
Passengers aboard the Icon of the Seas captured video of the crew using a small vessel to ferry the group to safety on the cruise ship on Sunday. The cruise had begun in Miami, and the ship was headed to for Honduras when the rescue happened. Passengers said, "Wow,
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
that's fantastic. That's
It is
fantastic. You know,
fantastic.
I'd never get on a cruise, but
No.
that's great to see that they were ready to save those folks. You know what I mean?
Look, you want to talk about some prepared sailors? Those
Yeah.
those crews on those cruise ships, they are prepared, dude, from top to bottom. They really are. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next one, this one's pretty interesting, man. Keep an eye on this one, folks. They've talked about doing it before, but furious Congress plows forward with TikTok bill after user revolt. What they're talking about here.
What is this now?
Okay. TikTok, now they've actually had the TikTok CEO in front of Congress before. Talking, the big thing is that our user information is being sent to the Chinese government through this app. Okay.
Yep.
What the U.S. Congress wants is they want them to diversify their ownership. Basically, it's a Chinese company, and the name of the company is BitDance, and it says that they're Thursday afternoon. Let's see. It was a key vote, unanimous on Thursday, and to advance a bipartisan legislation that would force BitDance, that's the company that owns it, but a lot of people, it's TikTok's Chinese parent company, which I think is embedded with the government itself.
Well, certainly it is.
To divest its ownership of the app within 165 days. Now, divest means, go corporate and have other people run the company, basically. But it was a security commission that, let's see. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, here it is. The highly unusual 50-0 vote in the House Energy and Commerce Committee, which unveiled the bill 2 days ago, alongside the Chinese Select Committee, reflected the level of anger among some members about TikTok's pressure campaign. And what they mean by pressure campaign, it's getting kind of wild, man. I've been using TikTok to promote our show and my other shows, right? I just make quick videos and put them up and walk away. I don't really stay on TikTok. I use it more as an advertising tool. But today I looked at my notices, and sure enough, they're asking their users to talk to their representation in Congress, to call them, and they're getting flooded. They actually shut down the phone banks because so many people were calling about this vote on the TikTok bill being banned. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one. You want to talk about earthquakes? If they outlaw friggin' TikTok, there's going to be a lot of people
Is
upset.
it TikTok that's asking the users to reach out to the... Yeah. That's an outside influence. And look, right? So people are raising their voices, right?
Yeah,
so
they are.
That's how embedded.
It is. TikTok's a big one, man. It is a big app. A lot of people use it. Yep. It's crazy. Okay. So,
I don't have it, by the way. I don't use it. I don't have it.
The only reason why I joined it, I'm on a lot of social media, but all I use it for is pushing these shows. I just use it for advertising purposes. But yeah, that one right there is huge, Daniel. I know so many people that are on that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, okay, dude, stop.
Yo, 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 yo.
I'm going to fire back at him with Danny's favorite guy.
That's my dude right there. Why is he not running for president, man? Come on.
Oh, man. He blew it back then, man. He blew it back then with that very moment.
What's the problem?
He was enthusiastic, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude.
But no, we got Trump and Biden. And that's something we need to talk about, boys and girls, because you know what? It's time for our newest segment that people are loving, and I know my brother loves it because he keeps coming up with more shit to put in it. America's best and brightest. Boys and girls, it just gets weirder and weirder. I've told my wife before that I feel like I'm living in a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? It could be the case. It could be the case. I could be living in a science fiction movie.
We're in
boys
the
and girls.
Matrix, dude. Seriously.
Let's take a look at this one right here. Gavin Newsom caught on Zoom, shocked to hear Californians blame him for shoplifting problem. You guys, let me know if you can hear this. You've got to hear this, though. Oh, my God. Check it out. And I can't hear it. Can you? No. Let's run it back. Let's try it again.
It worked good in the pre-show.
Yeah.
You drop this. And he comes back, picks it up, and keeps walking out. As we're checking out, the woman says, oh, he's just walking out. He didn't pay for that. I said, well, why didn't you stop him? She goes, oh, the governor. Swear to God, true story. On my mom's grave. The governor lowered the threshold. There's no accountability. I said, that's just not true. And I said, we have the 10th toughest, $950, the 10th toughest in America. She doesn't even know what I was talking about. By the way, it's the 10th toughest in America. Look it up. No one gives a damn about that. And I said, it's just not true. There's still stop. He said, well, we don't stop them because of the governor. And then she looks at me twice, and then she freaks out. She calls everyone over, wants to take photos. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a photo. We're having a conversation. Where's your manager? How are you blaming the governor? And it was, $380 later. And I was like, why am I spending $380? Everyone can walk the hell right out.
The threshold is 950.
Not fair. Yeah. It's my target. She triggered says, sir.
Is that crazy or what?
He's an idiot.
Jesus, man. He doesn't even understand. The girl.
He just says the threshold is 950. The guy steals 380. They're not going to stop him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's trying to say they've got the 10th toughest prosecution laws.
You see videos all the time in California, in the big cities, man. They just go in there and just steal everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think Walmart put everything they got under lock and key in glass cases? I mean, it's
governor
ridiculous.
Of one of the biggest states in the union. He's a fucking idiot. Okay,
right.
But he's the best and brightest. People vote him in because he's educated and he knows. And
I didn't get a chance to throw it up here before the show, but there's also a story in the news right now that this guy, Gavin Newsom, something else, dude. He's about to push through a $20 minimum wage for California, right? For fast food workers. Fast food workers.
Fast food.
Yeah.
That
would be in the Beverly Hills area. But anyway,
$20 an hour.
But there's a clause. But wait, there's a clause in there to where if you bake your own bread, you're exempt from it, and you don't have to pay the $20 fee. And it's because he apparently is friends with the guy that runs Panera Bread. So Panera Bread won't have to pay $20 an hour.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go.
I didn't get a chance to throw it in here, but
best and brightest, making them deals, helping out we the people.
Oh man! Speaking of that, we got the House approves spending package to avert shutdown.
Yeah, spending more money, man. Go ahead. Yeah, how many trillions of dollars and the interest is going daily. I mean, it's just going through the roof. And all these fucking people can do is raise the debt limit so we can keep the government going.
Right. That's it. Got to keep
the
machine moving.
In the real world, we have to live within our means and balance the fucking budget so we can do these things. This is what happens when you have people that don't drive, they don't shop, they don't pay utilities, they don't live in our freaking world, and yet they pass bills that we got to fucking pay for.
Yep.
Best and brightest.
Best and brightest. Here's your president. Biden says he regrets using the term illegal to describe suspected killer of Laken
Look
Riley.
at that asshole 20 years ago. He said illegals all over the place.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But now he apologizes for calling them what they are. Yeah. Okay. We can take him seriously, can't we?
Always.
Oh, man. Yeah, here we go. Like choosing between a hedgehog and a porcupine. U.S. braces for presidential election no one wants. And what are we talking about, guys? We're talking about a rematch of the grumpy old men. Yes.
Two old guys.
Two old guys.
One guy's making millions over in the Ukraine. The other guy's making millions on selling sneakers that are, what is he charging? $400 for these sneakers, man?
Yeah, he is.
These are the best and brightest. These are the best that we have to choose from.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's sad, too, because my daughter, she started this conversation. I think I told you earlier, we had a political conversation this week about who we should vote for and all that stuff. And we did agree on we need to stop sending money abroad, right? We did agree on that. But she opened the conversation with, I just wanted to find out if you're still on board for Trump. And I said, look, I was never on board for Trump. I'm just picking the lesser of two evils, which is what we're reduced to these days. You know,
this is what we have to do.
Yeah, it's and this article speaks right to that, man. Yeah, we need to use.
There's large swaths of our populace now that are going to choose not to vote.
Yeah,
or check a box that says they're abstaining from voting from either one.
Yeah,
this is where we're at now.
It's ridiculous. All right, now the last section of Breast and Brightest. Best and Brightest. I need to get this gum out of my mouth. That's
the very
has to do with states' rights. One of my brother's favorite things to talk about. U.S. Supreme Court ruling in Trump ballot case showed unanimity. Unanimity. Is that it? Not unity. Yeah, it was 9-0 vote, and the nation's highest judicial body clearly remained deeply divided, as it has been in major cases in recent years.
They're divided with a 9-0 outcome.
Yeah, there you
go against what the state had already voted for.
Yep. Absolutely.
States' rights getting stomped on like just old grapes, man. I mean, this is what the Fed does now, is just stomp on the states' rights, you know, and that speaks to our foundation.
Yep.
There you go. Best and brightest.
And the other, let's see.
The
other one is out of the Supreme Court too. The Supreme Court temporarily blocks Texas law that allows police to arrest migrants.
Yeah. Again, states' rights getting trampled on by a federal judge in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing was supposed to go into effect last Tuesday. Federal judge in Austin said, nope, can't do it. So states' rights, F you. I don't care what the populace wants. It ain't going to happen. So there you go.
I'm pretty sure that your governor will keep doing it anyway, if I know him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's going to do that.
He freaking digs in, that guy, man. So, but it shouldn't come to that.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
I mean, and if you don't like what the state is doing, there's 49 other states you can move to.
That's it. That's a fact. We have that ability. A lot of people in the world would love to be able to do that, and they can't.
But now we got the Fed stomping all over states' rights, and where do you go then?
Yeah. And it's all brought to you by the Best and Brightest. I hear you there, Ariel. Good to see you. She said, as a Californian, I hope Texas still keeps the border closed. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad to see what, as a neighbor, and we're going to get to that here in a minute. I'll finish that here in a minute after my boss is done yelling at me.
Yo.
Got the reverb going on that one. That's pretty cool.
He was, thank you. Thank you very much for that input there. Was there a lot of reverb? Wow.
Yo. It's like being at a baseball game, dude.
Right. we got Sly on the PA. All right, boys and girls. He just let me know here in my ear that we need to get out the cup, get the jock strap going, get the pads on, and get ready.
Look
Because it's
out.
time.
Look out.
For that most malicious time of the day. It's time.
Do it.
to-
Do
and,
it. Do
and
it.
actually, Jake Paul, if you're not paying attention to him now, watch this and you might pay attention because it's time
stay away
to
from
turn
that
out
one.
the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Wow. You know, every Saints fan was talking whenever Bobby McRae destroyed that man like
Look,
that.
that 1-2 punch that Lennox Lewis, is it not the loudest freaking knockout
That is
you've
the
ever
loudest fucking. Well, I mean, I think it's because they had kind of been lulled to sleep. You could hear that throughout the auditorium because he snapped that off so well.
heard?
Oh my God! It is
I
the
remember
most
watching that
vicious
live, and
1-2
it sounded
punch
like
I've ever
22
seen.
caliber shot, dude. Sounded like 22. Pow, pow.
Pow pow. They just took it out, man. It's just craziness. How great
And
that
Bobby
fucking
McRae.
combination was. I'm sorry,
pretty
guys.
sure-
When we see these clips, they're some of our favorite ever. Okay, I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. I hope he knocks Jake Paul's block off just like everybody else does because he's an asshole. But I noticed Jake Paul isn't getting in the boxing ring with any of these guys in their prime. I noticed he's not doing that.
No, God, no. He's found a niche. He's making a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, hey, respect the
Kurt
grift,
Warner,
right?
Kurt Warner said something about Bobby McRae's mom. That's what happened to him.
Something.
Guarantee
Something.
you.
You owed him money or something because he
He
cleaned
said
him
something
out.
about his
bro.
mom pre-snap, and there you go.
Nobody did better than my boy Steve Largent, though.
Steve Largent launched that dude.
He had the trifecta.
Yeah.
He launched him. He had the tackle, the forced fumble, and the fumble recovery. The trifecta, boys and girls. Yes, he did. And that was if you look into that story, that was a revenge thing right there.
Bobby McRae said, I'm collecting that bounty right now. Thank you very much, Bo.
Cha-ching.
Oscar!
On his way to a ring.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what's up? All right. My final word tonight is, first of all, to let my brother know that help is on the way. The Louisiana
Shreveport,
right here across the river, Shreveport National Guard troops are headed to the Texas border. Yes.
Where is the Shreveport troop? I know Bozier's got a troop. It's on industrial.
Oh, it's right there on Stoner Avenue. That's Fort Humbug, bud. They're tankers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a tank battalion over there. Yeah, absolutely. That's Fort Humbug. Oh, it's at the intersection of Uri and Stoner. It's right close to VA. You know where the VA hospital is, and the Veterans Park where the Frisbee golf course is there on the Clyde Fant. It's like a city block up the street, dude. Yeah, just the other side of the VA parking lot, the VA hospital parking lot. Yeah, that's where they're based out of. But Governor Jeff Landry is sending help to Texas to help out with the border. So
there you go.
I'm proud of them boys. I'm really glad to see they're doing what they're doing because we got to stop the flow, man. We got to stop the bleeding.
It's a national security thing, and that's what the Guard is for. National security. There's no doubt.
Yep. Let's see. So why can't we do what the Berlin Wall did? Nah, I mean, they haven't. I don't think we'd ever have a wall like that. Now, Trump was trying to build a wall, but it's really not going to. All it's going to do is slow things down. They're going to tunnel under it and that kind of thing. What we need is what's going on right now. Bodies down there actually enforcing things. Okay, so the last one I've got here is something that I guess I should have put this in the flicks, but I really dig this. I've been seeing it over the last few days. It's a comic book endorsed by Dean Cain. I think he actually has some input into the story in it. It's called All American Lawman, and it's done by Big Man Comics. So check this one out, Dan. I know you like indie comics, and one of the guys that used to work for DC does the artwork on it. And if you know who Dean Cain is, he was. I think he's writing this. Is what he's doing.
His name is on the sleeve, so I mean the cover. So
yeah, he's also. He's the likeness they use for the character too. But it looks like it's really good. I've seen a couple of different shows in my sphere talking about it this week, so definitely go check out Big Man Comics, All American Lawman, for sure. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh yeah, it's that time, boys and girls. It's that time.
It is that time.
It is that time.
The foolishness.
And you know what time it is? It is time for my brother to give out his weekly award, the Simple Jack Award. And if you don't know what the Simple Jack Award is, Simple Jack is this guy just trying to do the right thing. He's just trying to get it done, but sometimes he just can't quite get it done. No matter what his efforts are, he just can't do it. He tries to, but he just can't. And this week, there's a lot of people getting this award, aren't there, Dan?
Yeah, the American populace is going to get this award because
Democrats ready to hit panic button in Trump-Biden race. Yes,
there you go. I mean, this is what it's down to. Again, the American populace has determined that we're going to have a rematch of Trump and Biden. This is the best we can get. This is what the American people want. And so, on a national stage, the American populace has gone full retard, by voting these guys in, canceling out anybody else who may have had a shot, had bright ideas, and could, push this country, to a better day. We're going to have the two old guys.
Did you finish Vivek's book? Did you finish his book?
Yes. I would have voted for him.
Would you?
Matter of fact, I'm going to write him in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I highly recommend people read that book because it is a very true book. It's a nation of victims. It really speaks frankly about our country, where we're at now. And I'll write his name in because we deserve better, Yeah. But the American populace, this is what we're going to get. This is what people want. And we're going to get the two old timers. And on a national stage, the American people have gone full retard. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard.
And they've gone full retard. And they've gone full retard. Wait a second. Wait for it. They've gone full retard. Again and again and again. Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, the last time they faced off, Trump was the incumbent, right? So, but the idea that Trump is coming back and Biden's oh my God, we're in such bad shape. I know. I'm just convinced that we have some young minds, some younger minds that are patriots and have this country's best interest at heart. But again, we talked about it earlier. If you're not part of the machine, you're not going to be hurt.
Yeah. And the machine is how you get the money. And that's what I think needs to change in American politics. Money walks and talks and and the rest of it walks. And I just, I'm with you. I was behind somebody else in the last election too. And it's gone to shit, man, because the guys with the money are the ones that get their word out there. And that's what John Q. Public, that's who's going to do it. You know what I mean? That's who's going to get their word out there.
I mean, you said it earlier when we talked about this, they have the media, they have the money, and this is for the American people. These are the only voices that are being heard. So who are they going to vote for anyway, right? So unless you're willing to do your own research and look elsewhere, you're just going to go with what you're being told. I mean, like good little droids,
Yeah.
There you go. So this is what we got.
Maybe we'll get some reform one of these days. I hope. But then again, you know what I've said a million times. If you want to change things, you got to get involved. So But I vote so I can complain.
Right. I vote and I get to complain. There you go.
That's right. That is my license to complain. No doubt about it. All right, boys and girls. Let's see. Ariel says, I think the term is sheeple. That's what she calls them, sheeple. Okay.
Right.
Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the show. Me and my brother love bringing it to you because we love talking about this stuff. We don't always see eye to eye, but we love each other just the same. We like to do this to show you some civil discourse from week to week. You know what I'm saying? It's a lost art in America, but you can still do it. I still
Yep.
do it all the time. You can have differences with people and not want to punch them out. You can. So listen, guys, come check out the Brothers Hack the Matrix every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time. We'll show you everything that has to do with the clown show that was the week in 2022 through today's headlines. Every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Now, be following Jed Revenwolf's channel. It's not starting tonight, but as soon as he gets his bells and whistles together, the MFR Roadhouse is going to be coming to you late night at 11 p.m. Central Time or midnight here pretty soon in a couple of weeks or so. It's going to be the MFR Roadhouse on Sunday nights late on Jed Revenwolf's channel. And tomorrow you can see me and Gary on Pop Culture Minefield Military Monday talking about The Package. No, it's not the story of John Holmes. It's a military movie starring Gene Hackman and Tommy Lee Jones. So come hang out with us at 10 a.m. Central Time tomorrow on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. Central Time on It's Only Rock and Roll's channel. Guess what, Dan? Judas Priest has a new album out called Invincible Shield.
Yes, they do. Interesting to hear what that sounds like.
They sound good. We're going to talk about it tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. Central Time on It's Only Talk and Roll on That 70s Rock Fans channel. And then Tuesday, I start my streaming week again with Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, video games, cocktails, and fails. Going to be playing some DCUO with my good buddy Sears is what I call him on DCUO. You guys know him as Lunatic here on my channel. So come check that out. We'll be playing at 10 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, it's State of the Atmosphere. We'll have everything to do with the Oscars that night, plus whatever other pop culture things are going on in the last week. We'll be covering on State of the Atmosphere at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then shortly after that show, I go live with John on Game Night on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. He does it from 8 to 10 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. He also does it on Friday, but he was not going to be doing it this week. Usually on Friday, he does Detroit Become Human from 8 to 10, but he's not going to be doing it this week because he's working this week. But look for it on a regular basis on Fridays from 8 to 10. And the Uncharted show will go on uninterrupted Wednesdays, 8 to 10 p.m. on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then I'll be on at 11 that night for another edition of Papa Joe Gamer After Dark. Video games, cocktails, and fails. I'm leaning towards starting a playthrough of Mass Effect, but I'm not sure if I'm going to start it this week. Don't know if I'm ready to commit to that one yet, but that's what my friends seem to want me to get started with. But you can watch me play some video game of some sort at 11 o'clock on Wednesday night. And then Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, Sketching the Privateer will come to you live from those of us setting up at Shop Till You Drop. I'll have some more of the portrait that I started last week, which is going to be it's either going to be the alternate cover for the first issue, or it's going to be an alternate it's going to be a cover for the hardcover of the first 3 episodes. So come check that out. Sketching the Privateer live from Shop Till You Drop this Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time. And then it's right back around the corner to the Brothers Hack the Matrix on Sunday. So for myself, and there can be only one, the Hylunder, I want to thank you guys for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.